They said they have some problems with Facebook, but it looked like we all right.
Oh, they got problems?
I mean, that's with the StreamYard. I guess we got to turn that wave card down.
Oh yeah,
give
gotta
me some on my CD. Give me the CD.
Oh, I got you. Boom.
Let's just see if we got. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See That.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what's cool, because
smart
is the
new
gangsta.
Baby.
Hey.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah. If you don't know, now you know. Man, It's been a week.
It has been a week.
It's been like an amazing, crazy, wild, fast moving week.
All of that. all of that. Because you had Iftar this week.
Yep.
How was that?
Iftar was amazing.
I totally missed it.
But you was doing Business Talk podcast.
I know. So I don't but
Yeah. But you did miss it though. Because it was nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really nice. Spent some time with friends, family, people who I haven't seen in a while. So So yeah, it was really amazing, man. A lot of people came out. Probably about 600-700 people.
That's what y'all said, now.
Yeah, came to have a meal and break bread. So yeah, it was a good day.
Okay.
How was the podcast?
It was not. She has this thing where like she start asking you questions, and then you just have to answer them.
Yeah, she's good.
She's really good. It's actually really good.
Amazing. Yeah.
She asked me stuff that like made me have to think, and then I answered it, and I thought about it. Oh wow, like I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. No, she is amazing. She's a great interviewer and like creates a safe space and it's conversational. Like it was all the things, man. I really enjoyed the time that I spent over there on Business Talk podcast.
Yeah. And then we talked about Mr. Edmond got his Willy Wonka ticket.
Oh, he got a ticket?
He got his ticket.
Okay.
To be on.
When is he?
I'm not quite sure, but he was so happy. She was like, he almost fell out his seat.
He got the golden ticket.
Yeah.
He got the golden ticket to be on the Business Talk podcast. The conversation with the rep from the Rays Monday. I went back and watched that one.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay.
That was good. Good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. Yeah. I mean, it was really real. The comments about listening to the people who are like, who don't have the floor seats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was good. It was like an amazing conversation. I appreciate that.
I mean, I think that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
More than anything is having real conversations. Like people know they can come here and get something real and authentic.
Yeah, I heard just when I was listening to the conversation. What's his name? Andrick. And he was like, "Wow," like King Jab called in, UB called in. You know what I'm saying? And just the questions and comments from the chat, like, it was really real. I think they needed it and appreciate it. So yeah. So again, Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, man. The 18th Avenue South Business District meeting was Monday also. That was amazing.
All right.
We had the mayor. He came out, gave greetings, and he stayed around and listened for a little while. But then there was another event that was going on, so he left. But city staff was there. We had Cheryl Stacks from the transportation department. We had Cassidy Mutnatsky from economic development. Also, the economic development director, Brian Caper, was there to answer questions. I'm trying to think of who else. Greenhouse, we had Juanita. I forget Juanita's last name, but she was a representative of the St. Pete Greenhouse to talk about the programs that they have available. And the group decided that they want to continue moving forward. And so we're going to be organizing another business district in District 7, man.
Look, District 7 is hot.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it feels good. It feels real good. And so we're like working to establish a core team and getting them, acclimated and, let them know, what's needed and wanted and what's required in order to move forward. And so We're still going to be doing outreach. We haven't set a date for the next meeting yet.
Okay.
But it's going to be sometime in April, probably the middle of April, because there's another opportunity with the federal grant for some funding for the corridor.
Okay.
And the deadline for that grant is in May. And so we're going to work with business owners and stakeholders in the corridor to help inform the application about what we want to have done with these federal funds that are available for like infrastructure improvement for our corridors. And so that's happening. Melrose Mercy Neighborhood Association met. They also met on Monday. I mean, it's like I said,
this has been a busy week. You know what it is. Everybody wanted to get it out before Good Friday.
That's what it is. Good Friday's the day.
Yeah. And enjoy this great weekend.
Another highlight was we met with Kathy Castor and the head of the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency from Washington, D.C. was here.
Okay.
And we met with her to talk about drum roll, please. Child's Park.
Oh,
it came from Washington D.C.
Because you know what Child's Park do.
Yeah, what it do? Make it do what it do.
Yeah, it leads the pack.
Yeah. and so we had conversations with I think she might be the administrator or director or secretary or something like that of the federal. So it was like we had Washington D.C., then we had the regional person who was from like Atlanta, who has like several states, and then we were talking about this high-tech air quality monitor that they're going to loan us. It's like a few $1,000s for this monitor, and they're gonna
few thousand.
Few thousand. It's like 5,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more than a few, but
it's $5,000 air quality monitor. They're gonna put it in the neighborhood. In addition to the other data collection that we've been doing around air quality.
Smell it, tell it. But
smell it, tell it, yeah.
Yeah, what is the saying now?
Smell something, say something.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's another app that we learned about too. Oh my God, I can't think, the name is escaping me, but it's like Smell My City, I think is the name of the app. And you can go in and actually do air quality reports on there as well. What's going on, EJ? Good to see you, big brother. So we had, again, just kind of winding it down. We had the conversation with the Rays. We had 18th Avenue Business District meeting, Melrose Mercy Neighborhood Association meeting, the EPA meeting out of Washington, D.C. with Congresswoman Castor, the Iftar. Qiana was on Business Talk podcast. And Daryl Rousson actually did a legislative wrap-up, too. He was here talking about, what happened in Tallahassee.
Wow.
But I was at the 18th Avenue meeting and couldn't attend. So yeah, it's been an amazing week.
Thank you, Sharonda. Sharonda ahead.
Always doing what she do,
yeah.
Man. Good Friday.
Yes.
So Good Friday is a Christian holiday commemorating the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and his death at Calvary. It's observed during Holy Week as part of the Paschal Triduum on the Friday preceding Easter Sunday. According to Christian tradition, Jesus was arrested, tried, and sentenced to death by crucifixion by the Roman authorities on Good Friday. He had a busy day. The day is marked by I shouldn't have said that. The day is marked by solemnity and reflection among Christians worldwide as they remember the sacrifice Jesus made for the redemption of humanity's sins. Good Friday services often include readings from the Bible, recounting the events leading up to Jesus' crucifixion, as well as prayers, hymns, and moments of silence. Many churches hold special services or processions to observe the significance of the day. And in some Christian traditions, fasting and abstinence from meat are practiced on Good Friday as well, as acts of penance and remembrance of Jesus' suffering. The somber tone of Good Friday is contrasted with the joyous celebration of Easter Sunday, which commemorates Jesus' resurrection from the dead, signifying victory over sin and death. What do you do for Good Friday? Good morning, Fancy Nancy. Royce, I see you.
To be honest, for Good Friday, I still do my regular specular.
You don't take like Good Friday off or get into.
I wish I could take Good Friday
Good
out.
Friday activities. School's out. I think.
School is out.
Yeah.
School is out. And I was talking to my niece last night.
Okay.
Like, it was late. And I'm like, why is she up so late?
Okay.
Right? But she was turned. Right. And then she's like giving us all these rules. Like, she wrote down all this stuff, what you do if the school gets shut down. Like,
what you mean?
Like a shutdown at the school. The conversation just went.
Is it because of like the shootings and all of that kind of stuff?
So she's 5 and she was like, number 1, get under the table. Number 2, find your friend. Number 3,
I got to tell you, I remember, and we talked about it. I want to be maybe last year. I went to, I was visiting the schools, and when I was at Distant Academy, I think that's the new name of it now. Distant Innovation, we called it Hamilton Distant back in the day. But so I was over at Hamilton Distant. That's what I call it. So y'all know what I'm talking about. And while I was there, they went on a active shooter lockdown. And I had to do what your niece was saying too. Like, I didn't have to get under the table, but
she just started making this stuff. She was like, "Don't eat no candy."
Oh,
like,
she had her own list. Okay, I got you.
But the way that she thought it, she was like,
okay.
Number 3, make sure your friend good. Number 4, run out. Like, she had like all the stuff,
all the things.
And she kept on coming back with more stuff
that you do in the event of a school lockdown. But it was scary, and it gave me some reality on. I mean, we had like tornado drills, stop, drop, and roll, and all of that stuff. Like, you're supposed to get under the desk, and you know what I'm saying? Like, all of that kind of stuff. Stop, drop, and roll was if you was on fire.
Yes, but in the tornado, you had to find
duck and cover.
Yeah, duck and cover. You find a wall.
Okay.
And duck and cover under it.
Yeah, but I mean, now they actually like real deal have locked doors and a protocol for how you handle it if somebody come into school shooting, and it really like blew my mind that that's where we at now. And I think they do that a couple times a month, just to have
a month.
Yeah, like how we did fire drills regularly. They do fire drills.
Yeah, but I remember fire drills maybe like, I don't remember them once a month.
Yeah, they say they do them things regular.
Oh wow!
And then,
every quarterly, you think? Like once every 6 weeks as the.
It might be.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Might be exaggerating a little bit. But they frequent enough to cause trauma. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
so yeah, but shout out to them, man. Like navigating schools and different things, and everybody who's partaking in Good Friday. I don't know if there's like a Good Friday greeting.
Somebody just said they used to eat fried mullet on Good Friday.
Okay. That's Nisa. Nisa. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah, I didn't know if there was any specific practices or rituals. Like
we don't have no. On Easter we're gonna get together. We're gonna find some. We have a
Easter
house.
Eggs.
You
do the hunt.
So we used to do an Easter parade.
Okay.
Right.
Your family?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So we used to do an Easter parade, and we stopped maybe like a few years ago.
Okay.
And we used to crown somebody Mr. and Mrs. Easter. We do a big Easter egg hunt. We used to have a banner, and our whole family get in. We have a car full, and we'll just walk around the neighborhood. Happy Easter, and we'll walk around. People will join. People will be outside. They started coming outside waiting for us.
To make the loop.
To do our little Easter egg parade that we invented ourselves.
Hey, why not, man?
So we did that. My Aunt Lois used to come. Okay. It was a lot of us.
Okay.
And then the kids, they would get the pots and pans and walk and like hit the pan the drum.
Like
it was just it was just to have fun and
I hear that.
So we used to do that every year.
That's amazing.
We did that for about like probably like a good 8 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear that. Nobody picked up the torch to keep it going, huh?
No, nobody picked up.
Did COVID stop it? I know COVID stopped a lot of.
COVID probably was the reason why it stopped.
Yeah, because I know a lot of things were happening pre-COVID, and
because we still have a lot of children, like young children, but Cheyenne was young when we started. So we probably did longer than that. Because
okay.
Oh wow!
I remember going to Leesburg for Easter. Like that was always a big deal. Easter and Thanksgiving. And my grandma used to do like the Easter egg hunt in the yard. Um, and I remember going back as an adult and just trying to figure out like how all of us was in that little yard, but it looked so big when we was young.
Because you was little.
Okay, I was little.
You was little.
We were little.
If y'all have,
but it was amazing though. I used to love it. Yeah.
If y'all have any Easter or Good Friday traditions, put it in or give us a call, 727-637-2416. Because there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. It's like community Easter egg hunt. I know there's something going on at Enoch Davis Center, right?
Spring Bling at Enoch Davis Center. Shout out to India and her team over at Enoch, Chris Lampley and them. I think that's from 8 to 2. And then that's tomorrow. And then you have the car show and Easter egg hunt franchise over at Pinellas Technical College. That's like 10 to 4, I want to say. And then I think Treese and them doing their Easter egg thing. They do theirs on Easter though, right?
I think so. Okay. I believe so.
Okay. And I want to give a shout out to Treese too. We did a Lakeside chat with her. We're gonna be dropping in a couple weeks.
You busy with these Lakeside chats?
I mean, yeah. It's amazing.
This the year.
You on the one? Yeah. We coming back like we never left. Let's see if that'll work. Yeah, we trying to do it for real, man. And really bringing in, more everyday people, like on some of the previous chats we had, like some political figures and community leaders. But we really want to spotlight just everyday people who are doing some amazing things in the community. And so, y'all stick around for it. Visit the Lakeside Chat on Facebook, and we're actually getting a YouTube page together so that you can get it there as well. But so it's Freestyle Friday. We're gonna take a break. The radio audience is going to get Democracy Now, and y'all gonna get some videos and some pictures on Facebook and tag a friend, let them know that we up. And when we come back, we're gonna talk about the Great Society. I want to talk about this day in history. We have an Ask Qiana. We're gonna talk more about some of these community events that's going on. And we want to hear from y'all. Again, it's Freestyle Friday, so give us a call right here at 99 Jams, 99.1 The Bird. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
about the loss of forest food sources to palm oil plantations.
Ooh, you see what happened?
What happened?
We're back.
We are back.
We're back. Hey.
Two. Hey. Tag a friend, tell a friend, let them know that we're back. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See that.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because
smart
is the
new
gangsta.
Baby. You know, I'm waiting for the time when I'm gonna like jump in and say it real quick.
Don't know now, you know?
Yeah.
New gangster?
Yeah. One of them.
Like how Mr. Edmond be doing?
Yeah. And you did it the other day, so I'm like, oh, I gotta hop in.
You gotta take your turn.
I gotta go.
Rhonda, what's good? Miss Teresa, good morning. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Oh, and then last week, man, we had a stars party. So I want to just thank everybody who contributed, who donated, who gave, who participated, showed love, called in. Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate y'all.
You're a weekend.
Say it again.
You're a weekend.
I'm a weekend.
Yeah, for your birthday.
Yeah.
You did a whole week.
48 in 1 week.
Yeah.
48 years and 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Feels real good too, man. I like the age that I am now. I really like being this age right now. This is a good spot.
This is a good spot. It's like the sweet spot.
48 feels good.
Okay.
Yeah, 48 feels real good.
Okay.
I'm excited about the path forward.
Mm.
Yeah. So we were talking about last week, maybe a couple weeks ago now, and it's been coming up as a recurring theme around the system and how the system is designed, welfare system.
Yes.
Right? And the design of the welfare system and the way that it has negatively impacted our households, right? And so what I did was I looked at like some policies that were a part of that. And I found this thing that's called the Great Society, right? And so the Great Society was a set of domestic programs that was launched by President Lyndon Johnson. He was the one who came after Kennedy.
Okay.
Right? In the 60s. And the stated goals was to eliminate poverty and racial injustice in the United States. While the Great Society programs were designed to address systemic inequalities and improve the lives of all Americans, including African Americans, there were some negative impacts on the African American community. This is when you ask me what they are.
What are they?
Man, you know what? I'm glad you asked that, Qiana. So it's like 4 of them that they listed. We don't have to get into all of them, but one of them was urban renewal and housing policies. The urban renewal projects under the Great Society often led to the destruction of predominantly African-American neighborhoods. Does this sound familiar? Displacing residents and disrupting communities. Additionally, discriminatory housing practices such as redlining persisted, limiting access to quality housing and perpetuating segregation. Does that sound familiar? Have you seen anything like that?
I think I have.
And it's in our lifetime, right?
Yes.
That's the other part of it. Like, I remember growing up when we learned about these things, they made it seem like it was so long ago.
It wasn't.
You know, it was like,
just think about
lifetime.
Depending on how old your grandparents is,
yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't even have their rights
to
vote, especially your grandmother.
Our parents.
Right.
Like I look on here and I see Miss Teresa. She's a proud, 70 plus, I think 70, 70 year. My mom is 72. And if you think about it, like our parents grew up like in segregated situations. You know what I'm saying? And like we weren't too far removed from that. Like I was a part of the bust out generation. So when
I was part of the bus,
you got bussed.
I got bussed.
So you had to get up early and get on the bus to go way somewhere.
Yeah, well,
in order to help balance the racial dynamics.
Elementary, I didn't go way out because I just went to Bear Creek Elementary.
Okay.
But middle school, before I went to Southside, I was bussed out all the way to Madeira Beach.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that was an impact. That
and if I wouldn't have got into ROTC, I would have been bussed out to Osceola.
Okay, but ROTC kept you?
At Boca Ciega.
Okay, gotcha. Boca Ciega. Bogey.
Yes.
Boca Ciega. So number 2 was unintended consequences of welfare programs. It says unintended in air quotes, right?
Yeah.
While programs like Medicaid and food stamps provided much needed assistance to low-income families, some critics argue that certain welfare policies inadvertently perpetuated cycles of poverty by creating disincentives for work and family stability. Additionally, the implementation of welfare policies was not always equitable, leading to disparities in access and support for African Americans.
Okay, if we had to bet, who you think this is? Don't say nothing. It's either one or two people, I think.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Go ahead.
Caller, you're on the air. It's Freestyle Friday. We're talking about the Great Society programs. What's on your mind?
Now, this Pastor Williams. I was calling from Presbyterian AME Tabernacle Methodist Church. How y'all doing this morning?
We doing this very good, Pastor. We doing good, Pastor. How you?
Oh, how you doing? Comedian David Davis told me to tell y'all it's up there like granny panties.
Yeah. No doubt.
Praying for y'all on this Easter Sunday.
Good Friday.
Y'all know what it is.
What's good, man? What's good? Comedian Damian Davis on the line.
You know that was gonna be my guest.
Okay.
This morning. Know you, but you know Pastor Williams.
No, I didn't know Pastor Williams.
I didn't know Pastor Williams.
Hey, I just want to hey, Qiana, I ain't know you went to Bear Creek. Hey, Mr. Everett gave you a whooping too?
Never. Mr. Everett liked me.
Well, I was bad. He took me back there and whooped me. I said, he was acting like Puff Daddy. But,
oh, my God.
Oh.
Lord, God rest his soul. Check it out. I got a comedy show coming up in Oldsmar, Florida, Saturday, man. Damian Davis coming to present Funny at the Flair. Go on my page and link for the tickets, and that's what's going down. Just want to say, hope everybody have a successful event and have a God-blessed Easter weekend, man. Y'all keep doing what you're doing, and I'm telling Pastor Williams to pray for all of y'all.
Appreciate that. Thank you for checking in, big brother.
You already know it's love, bro.
All right. Love.
You know what I love about comedy?
Yeah.
Is that it's supposed to make you laugh at the most uncomfortable time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And to bring lighthearted humor to things that people don't normally laugh about. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it breaks the barrier where you then now can have a real conversation.
Yeah, that's right.
And I love that's part of comedy that they took away because everybody was so sensitive about what everybody was
cancel culture is what they call it.
Right. Yeah. And to just say like, hey,
it's all right.
It's all right. Like it's okay to laugh. Like everything ain't
these are just jokes.
Just jokes. Nothing serious. Right. Just like let's just giggle.
Real deal.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking about the Great Society and the programs that came out of it. You might remember AFDC. So it says, yes, there were certain welfare programs, particularly in the mid 20th century, that discouraged y'all. I want y'all to let me make sure that y'all can hear this. There were welfare programs in the mid 20th century that discouraged or even prohibited married women from receiving benefits. It discouraged or prohibited married women from receiving benefits. One of the most notable examples of this was the Aid to Families with Dependent Children, AFDC. Y'all remember AFDC?
Yep.
That was before CPS, right? And SNAP and TANF and all of that stuff, which was a key component of the welfare system in the United States until it was replaced by TANF in 1996. So this thing started in the 60s and it ran all the way through the mid 90s. Under AFDC, Qiana, there were, quote, man-in-the-house rules that penalized households with able-bodied men present by reducing or eliminating benefits. The policy was intended to prevent welfare dependency by encouraging marriage and male breadwinning. So the idea was that if you want to get married, you got to get off welfare.
You better find you somebody who can afford this household.
Yeah.
But see, in the backwards part, if you want to encourage marriage, you should have given them that extra step, knowing that, like, hey, we're going to offset a little bit for you, but then you have so long before, you have to be on there before you have to get off.
Right.
Oh, people want to call.
Yeah, it's Freestyle Friday. Caller, what's on your mind?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm glad I tuned in.
Introduce yourself. Let us know who we got.
Well, you have on Geraldine. That's my name.
All right, Miss Geraldine Rio.
Ooh.
I remember you. I remember you. In the building.
And I remember.
You can't hide.
No, I'm not able to talk about what I want to under discretion.
I got you. Well, hang up, call back, and we.
No, I don't want to. No. I remember you. It is such a pleasure. I have been trying to reach out to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is vital. And today, this morning, for me to be able to see this occurring, it's like, wow, nothing just happens.
Right on.
And what is going on is so epidemic. And there's a situation. My mother recently passed last year.
I'm sorry to hear that.
February of 2023, and I appreciate that. A wonderful woman. And I hear myself. And
you say you hear yourself.
Okay. And the situation is that with that being the case, I have nephews that feel entitled to her property, and they're taking me through some changes.
Okay.
And this is so personal, and I know that I'm not the only one who has experienced something like this, but I never thought that I would ever experience anything like this.
Right. Is this something that you want to reach out privately and talk about offline? Because it sounds like it's a personal situation that we may be able to, see how we can navigate together.
Most definitely is.
Okay.
Most definitely there are urgency.
Okay. And I believe I still have your number. I'll send you a text. I did get a message from our legislative aide that you had reached out, and so I'll give you a call.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling, Miss Geraldine. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you, Qiana. You both are beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good Friday morning. Thank you.
All right. All right, you're listening to Freestyle Friday, man, right here on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, 99 Jams, the new 99 Jams morning show. And and we're talking about the AFDC system and some of the ways that it impacted our families and our family structure. Because the reason I wanted to really talk about it is because we say the system, and, people are like, well, we can't blame the system. But I wanted to highlight the fact that there were policies that put us in positions where we had to make decisions about our family structure.
I remember my grandmother saying that, when Jordan Park got built, she wanted to move over there because that was
up in new, it's the new shiny new thing, yeah. And
my grandfather said no.
Okay, nah, we ain't doing that.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
Why not?
He bought a house.
Okay, yeah,
in on 16th Street, and one of the first Black people to move on the south side of 16th Street.
I got you.
And my grandma always say, "Thank God Mac had sense." Because when everybody else wanted to move over there, that was the new shiny thing. My granddad is like, "Nah,
we're not doing that.
We're not doing that."
Yeah,
and he bought a house. You know,
because it definitely disincentivized. Oh, okay, Miss Teresa, she put a comment in here. Brother John, I actually didn't grow up in segregated housing, and I went to public school with white children the entire time I was in school in Erie, Pennsylvania. I was shocked to find out that desegregation order for Pinellas County schools was issued in 1971, which is the year that I graduated from high school. segregation was most prominent in the South. Thank you for that, Miss Teresa. I appreciate that clarifying the record. Because I know my mom and them in Leesburg, they did.
Yeah.
But that was a Southern thing. So thank you for highlighting that. Yeah, and you think about 1971, like I was born, 5 years after that. So like real deal, we experienced it. And that's what busing was about. It was about, trying to balance these quotas to make sure that got a certain percentage of black students and white students in these schools. And so in order to do that, we had to go get sent,
but I
way out.
But I don't remember them ever. I guess did they get sent over here?
Now that I don't know. I don't know if they was coming this way. I know we was going out that way.
I know we was going out that way.
Past a lot of schools on them buses.
And I was trying to see,
did you remember white children being bussed into South Side schools? Put it in the chat or give us a call and let us know. But then, so it talks about how the AFDC Act programs. It said the policy was intended to prevent dependency on welfare and encourage marriage and male breadwinning. However, it disproportionately affected African American families as systemic racism and economic barriers often made it difficult for black men to find stable employment. As a result, African American women faced the choice of either remaining unmarried or risking the loss of welfare benefits if they married or cohabitated with a partner. This policy had detrimental effects on family structure and stability within African American communities and contributed to cycles of poverty. While the program was replaced by TANF in 1996, that was Bill Clinton, y'all. This introduced work requirements and time limits on benefits. So you had to start, looking for a job now, and you can only have it for so long. Similar issues regarding marriage. Similar issues regarding marriage penalties and eligibility criteria persisted in welfare programs throughout history. Yeah, these man in the house, that's what they were called. They were called man in the house policies. And those man in the house policies penalized marriage and cohabitation within welfare programs, and they had detrimental effects on our family structure. So there you have it, folks. That's today's history.
It's not by accident.
Yeah.
It's not by accident.
And then like the long-term consequences that it talks about too, like disincentivizing marriage. We talked about the fragmentation of families, economic instability because now you got a single parent household. And even if there are two parents in the household.
Now you're teaching your children to lie because you got to say your daddy don't live here, even though he do.
Yeah, that's that whole thing. And then when you doing like your income taxes and you got to declare your household income, like you can't declare both incomes. And so you don't really qualify, for to level up. You know what I'm saying? Like
and the goal, the American dream.
Yeah. Because they saying, oh, well, you don't make enough to be able to, to afford this house. But it's because you're only declaring one income,
right?
Partial income. You might have two incomes, but you can't declare it. So like all of these different systemic barriers that were put in place still have long-term effects. And you're right, Twan, reparations. Things have changed for that reason. Hallelujah. We are definitely owed reparations. I unite with that. Totally.
Me too. But so just a sidebar because it's Freestyle Friday.
It is.
I was thinking because just a few seconds ago, I would be sad to be the president because we done had a lot of presidents, right?
45, 46.
40. Okay.
Yeah.
How many can you like really name? Like it's probably like a good 5 or 6 that stand out, and the rest of them
you can't name.
You don't.
Do y'all know y'all presidents?
I would hate to be
one of the no-name presidents.
I would hate to be one of the 40 presidents
that you can't name.
That nobody knows.
I might be able to name them. I might be able to. That's a good test. We need to put that on Facebook. What we'll do is we'll give out some free tickets to one of Damian Davis's comedian comedy shows. So y'all call in and whoever can name.
Don't Google it.
Yeah,
they finna Google it.
Like don't cheat. But how many?
We're gonna tell them not to cheat.
How many can you name? So we used to do this. My wife and my family. We used to play a game where we would. we would do like how many states can you name in a minute? You know what I'm saying? And so that was like our way of learning all 50 states.
Yeah.
And then we used to do this thing with like the books of the Bible, them kind of games. I used to play them with my children and my wife and family. And I was pretty good with mistakes, but presidents is another one I'd like to add.
I wonder how the no-name presidents feel.
Yeah, because I think there's a couple of them that was like assassinated. I think McKinley might have been actually murdered. Yeah,
the no-names presidents that feel like, because at this point, when you become the president, you want to make a mark.
What you do to be a no-name president? Nothing. It's just nothing at all.
I just thought about it because it's a lot of presidents
that you cannot name.
You don't know nothing, like, unless you're like going to research or something. Nothing about their policies or anything that's like you're gonna know Washington, right?
Yeah, you got
George Washington. You're gonna know Lincoln. Yeah. We know Obama. We know Trump. You know Clinton.
You know Abraham Lincoln.
You
said Lincoln. You said John F. Kennedy. That's one you know.
The Bushes.
Yeah, 1 and 2. W and the daddy. That's what we call him. We call him Daddy Bush. Yeah. You got the Daddy Bush and then W, right? I remember Carter, Ford. Like I remember Reagan. I remember Reagan.
We got like a good. I know. We got a good like.
I probably can get you 20. I might be.
No,
you can get 20.
I can probably get a good 10.
Reagan and Carter, Jackson. I see Eisenhower. Okay, and this without cheating now.
Nixon. Okay, Nixon, come on, let's throw them out there. I'm just trying to say because it's a lot of.
Did they say Adams? John Adams? Because I think Adams was like it might have been him and his son, so it was one of them kind of deals where like another daddy Bush type situation. Okay. Yeah, so the Adams had that kind of stuff going on. Jefferson, he was a trip, right? Woodrow Wilson. I don't know Woodrow. Woodrow Wilson had a lot to do with the public school system and the implementation of like the higher learning.
Woodrow Wilson sounded like he was hiding his color.
Woodrow?
Yeah.
they probably call him Woody. Woody Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson sound like he was over here on our side and he passed.
Yeah. It's possible.
It's definitely possible.
But I just remember reading his history in one of our study guides. It's called the New Educational Paradigm, our self-improvement study guides. And it talks about Woodrow Wilson's contribution to the American educational system.
I got to look and see what Woodrow looked like. I think
Woodrow. Might have been bald head, white man.
Bald head, black man that looked white?
No, I mean, it was black and white photos. Clinton.
Yeah.
So Niecy, me and my mom, we was talking about Clinton and I was, really giving them like the real on Clinton when we had our conversation. I was taking them home after the funeral and whatnot. We was just talking about, politics and presidents. And I was talking about how we love Clinton, but he the one cut CETA. You know how we talk about the CETA program. That was Clinton took that. The war on drugs and the binary, like a lot of the Clinton programs negatively impacted us, but he did it while playing the saxophone, not inhaling weed and getting fellatio in the White House.
Yeah,
and that made him like cool or something. Mass incarceration. Thank you for that. Yeah, like Clinton was not good for us, but he is romanticized as such, and it's just such an interesting thing. I actually had a clip with Clinton saying he was going to make America great again too. He wasn't the first one to say it. Reagan was a make America great again. Clinton was a make America great again. Like Trump wasn't the first one to want to make America great again.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, a good point. The bridge in Baltimore.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so listen. Yeah, I've been looking.
Okay.
TikTok is going crazy. All the videos.
They shouldn't do that. I don't know what they're doing, but they shouldn't do it.
This is why they probably want TikTok. And
they shouldn't
the theories on what happened.
Is that great for who? There you go, newbie. Make America great. We already know what that means. But yeah, so TikTok. What is TikTok saying about them?
The conspiracy theories on what happened. As far as when you look at the bridge, the way that it fell, like, was it really like boom?
Oh,
and this is I know this is why they want TikTok down.
So you think it's like some conspiracy type stuff?
Yeah,
I won't call them theories, but people thinking there's more to it than meets the eye. It's a lot of stuff that's going to be impacted by that bridge being down in that port being closed. Though I know they were saying automakers, like that's a major thoroughfare, since I don't know the real term for it, but like that's a spot where a lot of, vehicles are distributed throughout the country. Like,
right.
And so that may impact the ways that they distribute, prices and all of that stuff on vehicles. Like it's a big port.
My heart goes out to the families who lost people.
And for those who don't know the story, it says a cargo ship lost power before ramming into support columns of the Baltimore Bridge. The ship's crew issued a mayday call moments before the crash. 6 people at the time of this article were missing and presumed dead. It rammed into the bridge early Tuesday, destroying the span in a matter of seconds and plunging it into a river in a terrifying collapse that could disrupt a vital shipping port for months. The ship's crew had been issuing the mayday like we talked about.
And they were able to because they did the mayday, they were able to stop people.
The traffic from going across the bridge.
And that's why the impact wasn't as big.
Wow. Yeah. So did you, I think you was born in 1980, so you don't remember the Skyway crash?
No, because it happened 79.
Okay, gotcha.
Or right before I was born.
Okay, I got you. So do you remember seeing it? Good morning, Mama Blue.
I remember hearing about it.
So I remember seeing the half bridge. I was real young. I remember we were on a bus, me and my mom, and we was going across, because what they did, it was like 2 sides. So you had the one side and the other side. And so they turned the side that didn't get hit into like a 2-lane situation. And I just remember being, 4 or 5 years old, looking out of the window, looking at the bridge, and then boom, it was no bridge. And I was like, what happened? Yeah, it just dropped off.
I was just talking to, not just, maybe like a year ago, we were out at the fishing pier, and the guy sat there and he was driving across the bridge when it happened. He just missed it.
So he made it to the other side?
Yeah, he made it to the other side.
Wow. What's for you is for you, man.
It is.
So y'all listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, the new 99 Jams morning show. And as a community-owned public media resource, I think I need that paper right there. Y'all know, right up there.
Oh, this shit right here?
Yeah. This us. Let me do this real quick. So 99 Jams Spring Marathon. The 99 Jams radio station has launched a special spring marathon for this year. We're calling on all of our supporters, sponsors, families, and friends to make a donation for this special marathon. Help us reach our goal of $10,000. The marathon will run until April 30th. Help us keep the radio running and your favorite radio program on the air. That is 99 Jams Special Spring Marathon, now until April 30th. Donate and you can receive a CD recording of your favorite show on demand. If you'd like to make a pledge, give us a call, 727-637-2416, or you can call 813-419-2035. You can also go to the website and donate, 99jamstheberg.com, but that's a way you can actually support the 99 Jams Radio Spring Marathon.
Okay, and so $10,000 is the goal.
That's the goal, yeah.
That's the goal.
Let's do that.
I think we can do that.
Natanya said the Skyway was hit twice. I remember once. Well, I mean, I remember hearing about it once. I don't remember, but I just remember seeing it. And then after I saw it, when I grew up a little bit more, I was able to read and understand what I was looking at when I saw it. Because at the time when I was riding across it as a little boy, I just remember seeing a bridge, and then boom.
And for some reason, I have like memories of like the half bridge, but I'm so young, I don't,
Yeah. No, I hear that. And I'm blessed. I can go back. Okay. I can go back. Boy. Yeah, it's been amazing. So also we it's Freestyle Friday, man. So y'all hit us up if you got something on your mind, whatever you want to talk about.
Diddy.
Just give us a call. Did he or didn't he? P. Diddy. What's the what?
So they raided his houses.
Yeah.
He's gone. Diddy has took a flight.
Going well.
He gone to a private island where they can't expedite him.
Epstein type stuff.
He's gone right now. Allegedly, I think.
I'm gonna need y'all to call in on this one, y'all. Tell us, I need y'all to join this conversation.
So yeah, we
talking about Diddy.
They're talking about like sex trafficking and all this other stuff with Diddy. So
okay. On the bridge, real quick, Mr. Teresa
go ahead.
said it was hit twice in the same year, with the second hit collapsing the southbound span.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. And then on Diddy, Brittany said, I believe it's true. That's why Tupac and Biggie did. They were going to out all of those DL men. Whew.
So
So I saw the conversation. I mean, I've been seeing the conversation online. I saw how you talked about it on the Plug Report,
right?
And also, I just know you.
Yeah.
and when we talk about things like this, I appreciate how you remind us of the fact that Black men do get spotlighted and highlighted and attacked a little more in these situations than others who might have committed or alleged to have committed similar acts. That does not mean that you're giving him a pass, saying that he's innocent or
right.
like all of that stuff. But it's like you always remind us of that fact, right? And I think that's important to note.
It is very important. I just find it very funny is that when it's successful, when successful people or even Black men, when they have enough money to actually really make a real difference, their money, not nobody else's money, but they made enough money now. And then as soon as they start talking about making a real difference and they know that they can, then all of a sudden all these skeletons come out the closet. Like,
and so when you talk about making a real difference, for example, I remember like P. Diddy has been doing these revolt summits, where he's assembling Black people to really talk about, how we can solve our problems collectively, pooling our resources. And he's done these amazing, revolt summits that assemble a lot of Black people.
And now all of a sudden, and so I don't think that happens by accident.
Not that it's not true.
Not right.
But just the fact the timing of all
when
of
it comes out,
like you said on the other program, like they've been knowing these things. These are not new allegations or recent allegations, right?
Right.
These are things that have been known to be allegedly happening for a long time, and so that's what make you question, like, okay, why now? Why is this happening? Why are these conversations
because
being
people
had
been
now?
complaining, right?
Yeah.
People been saying stuff, and then as soon as you can make a impact, now.
Oh man. Wow.
What you manner?
No, well, she said, Brittany says now someone is saying 50 Cent raped her when they were dating.
It's not even just 50 Cent. They're bringing everybody in. 50 Cent, Jay-Z. But this is the now culture that you can say things and then taint people's name, and not saying that you're not right. You know what I mean?
And I know there was a law that passed that removed like statute of limitations on when these things can be filed, and so that might be fueling it. Nisi says Diddy has already made a difference. He has damaged a lot of people's lives. How many people have had their lives stolen by his reach? These are all, valid things. It's all valid.
So it is valid. But then on the flip side, because I have to look at both sides of it, is that nobody did, like, okay, you get invited to a Diddy party.
Mm-hmm.
It's an invitation.
Okay.
You can decline or accept. Right.
But declining and accepting can make a huge difference in the status or quality of your life.
But then you go because you think it's gonna help the quality of your life.
Yeah, like this your moment. I got invited to a Diddy party,
and so you go. Yeah. And then because the outcome what you wasn't expecting, now you're complaining. But if you would have gotten what you wanted from it, there would be no complaints.
So is everybody who's complaining people who did not get the outcome?
Yes.
nobody who like Mace got what he wanted out of the deal.
When the last time he got out?
Mace got saved and got out.
Yeah, but everybody likes power. A lot of people like power.
But I'm saying
but
like
Mace
like he won in the situation. Like he was, top of the charts. He had
for a little while, and then he got out, right?
Yeah.
And you have that for a little people.
But I'm saying that to say, it wasn't just people who didn't win.
But when you think about it, who wants to just have a short career? People want longevity.
Yeah.
So, thank God that Mace found God. But an artist, when you come in, you don't want to just have one hit single and one good CD, and then you don't record anymore.
So that's how you defining people who didn't get the outcome that they want, because he made some stars.
He did, and
some of the people who on these lists I've seen are people who he made stars.
But they're not complaining.
For the most part,
they're not the ones doing it.
I say for the most part.
Who else that made it that's actually putting a lawsuit against Diddy or coming out and saying
the one girl, what's her name? Cassie. She ain't make it.
She had one single. The hottest she was when she was with Diddy.
Okay.
Ain't nobody heard nothing else from. And then when she came out, also, and I'm not saying that, and this is just me on the other side, because I'm not.
12, boy. I can't read this one.
All right. But I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying that he's right or wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is I'm looking at it. Cassie didn't have a career.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's in the chat too. She was a one-hit wonder. She's not a star.
And then she did this lawsuit. She got her $30 million. Really quick. And then she was trying to go back on tour.
After the lawsuit?
She was like, I'm coming out with a new album.
So is there like a list of people who filed? Because I know at this point, like they're saying it's multiple, but these sex trafficking is
but
being
again, these are multiple
around.
People who does not know, you don't know their name. They don't have a huge impact in the culture per se. Or they don't have the music that they wanted. They didn't become big stars where you are Googling their names. They're not still getting a whole bunch of revenue from their albums and their CDs. So again, this is what I want to tell adults is you have to, when you make adults decisions, regardless if you like the outcome or not, you got to stand with that.
But I mean, how can you like the outcome of being raped? Like, you're not going to like that outcome.
No, listen, when you go there, nobody said they were raped.
Some of them
they say they was willing. Nobody.
Okay.
They just saying that this is what happened at the party.
It was just wild.
It was wild parties. It was a lot of stuff. Sex, drugs, what's the crime? And alcohol.
So what's the crime? There's no crime in having a wild party,
but
right?
Now they're saying
what are they charging him with? I guess
because they're saying money was exchanged, and you can't
tell people for what? Like, I don't know enough. I'm really disconnected from this story.
They're trying to say sex trafficking. Like if money was exchanged for somebody else to have sex with you, right?
Okay, that's tricking.
You can't.
That's what we call it,
right? That's illegal.
You got paid,
and then they're trying. Drugs was done. You ain't supposed to do drugs,
but okay.
But here you go. So you have.
And how do you prove that?
You got to have it. This is why they went and raided his house, hoping that they had tape.
It was 20 years ago. How you gonna prove that somebody did drugs at his house 20 years ago?
They're hoping that he has tape. Because part of it is that he had tape. So
this is horrible.
This is very horrible. And this is what I'm saying. These are people, because I think it was Mike Tyson say he went to a Diddy party and didn't like it, and he turned around
and left
left the party.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's other. So that's your point about how you have a choice. But what I'm saying is you get put into these situations and you feel like you don't have a choice.
So you want. Nobody's put a gun to your head,
that's what I'm saying, Qiana. Like, you got to be real now.
I am, and I understand.
You can be in a situation where you have a choice, but you feel like you don't.
But you still have a choice.
But you feel like you don't.
I understand,
and that's a part of your reality. So you go along with things because you think that, like, I don't really have a choice. I gotta do this thing.
But you still made that choice to do that thing.
But that ain't right though.
I know it ain't right.
Because
but
they even have like laws where, okay, you made this decision, but you made it under duress.
I get it.
Like, okay, I did it, but I did it with a gun to my head.
But then you keep on doing it. You didn't go to just one party.
I hear that.
You keep going to the same parties, hoping that you are getting your chance. Yeah. And then because you didn't get your chance, or because you didn't you're still the side chick and not the wife, you're mad.
Okay. Whew.
Hello, caller.
It's Freestyle Friday. What's on your mind?
Y'all hilarious.
It's good.
Yeah, no, they on his head because of the manipulation of the people, and also the drugs and the alcohol. Because it's been known that he allegedly he set these parties up and spiked these people drinks.
Okay, some Bill Cosby
type. Take advantage of them, and also some of these people was minors, and they have the little boy and the girls and all of that. Actually, almost like they did what they do with Girls Gone Wild. They would have these girls pretending like they doing all this just to get these other girls to do it. And then these girls that you thought was doing what they was doing, they weren't doing it. And then you basically the one that's on the video, that's the show. So that's why they own his top, for the manipulation of the people and also of the minors, because a lot of those people was minors at the time.
Okay. I appreciate that.
I thought they got rid of. They tried to say the minors, and then they showed proof that there wasn't minors. But I just, this is the thing is, so
they own his top for the minors.
Okay,
that's why he running, and he know it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, UB. I appreciate that.
I think I see. I want to get more information as well, like everybody else.
I kind of don't.
I do. And let me tell you why.
It's so heartbreaking, man.
It is very heartbreaking, but I also live here and I know, and I'm this may not be popular opinion. I just know how they smear our name, and we can talk about, and they tell the lies, and then we run with it, and there could be no truth with it.
Yeah.
But we'll never really know, and then we have ruined somebody's whole life and his legacy just on what
on an allegation and an accusation. I hear that.
Right. And one thing is that it's more so that, and let me say this, I don't think Diddy is a good person. Let me say that. Let me throw
I don't know enough about him to say that.
And the only reason why I can say I can almost, when I'm looking at it, is that when the stuff started coming out, nobody came out to defend him.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so I don't think he's a good person.
But that's the thing.
But I also think that
how do you defend that? How do you defend somebody in that?
I think people was at these parties, and this is what, from people at these parties.
So they don't want to be on the hook for saying like,
but he recorded them. Right. And then he's using it kind of like blackmail, like, hey, you don't want nobody to know. So I think they hoping he go down so the tapes will disappear and they ain't blackmail no more. Right.
Okay. So that's another one of the allegations, is that the videos of the acts that they committed have been used against the people. Like if you ever try to come for me, I'm going to show them this video type stuff. Yeah.
Like I got you right here. Like I really got you with such and such, and you supposed to be here. So,
oh man,
I don't think he's a good person. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I also want to get the facts, and I don't want to shoot down another black man so quickly just because of allegations, or to jump on that.
So as the way that the law is written, he's innocent until proven guilty by a jury of his peers.
Right, but if you know it's the opposite, he's guilty. I mean, and then he's gonna
being black in America, that don't apply to us. But that's kind of the approach. Like guilty. I mean, innocent until proven guilty. But because you have like the court of what they call public opinion, a lot of the public opinion will have him tried, convicted, sentenced, and executed, in a matter of weeks. And it never really runs through the legal process, is what you're saying. So is that what I'm hearing? Just
right. Just kind of pump
your brakes and see how this thing play out.
Even when you're innocent. Like once they put it out there, even if you're proven.
Okay, there we go. This is what I was looking for. I see Super Dave in here. Super Dave says, Luke said that it may be because he didn't want to sign contracts. So all this evidence comes out because of it. That was kind of where I was really, what I was thinking about as well. Mm-hmm. Because again, they let you go so far for so long. And then once you get to, like, they've been knowing this stuff. That's why I'm saying, like, if it's happened, it didn't just start happening.
Right.
And you're hearing about it and you've heard rumors about it, but you never heard it at this magnitude.
I think he made somebody upset.
And so
in
something
the back room.
happened that somebody said, okay, we're going to blow this thing up and make it a big deal. That's usually what happens in a lot of these cases with us.
You done got too big. What your mama say? You smelling yourself?
Yeah.
You know,
and they have to remind you.
And you got to remind you, like, no, that ain't
like we got you. Like, yeah,
right.
like
so,
we know about them parties. We know about these videos. We know about these things that you did with these kids. Like all of that stuff. Again, it's just so unfortunate. I remember a message to us from Minister Farrakhan. This is why I just love my minister so much, man. He would talk to us about the ascension, and once you start, you know, and I just thank God, man, just like it keeps you so humble. But he said we have to be careful because sometimes talent will take you to places where your character is not ready for you to go.
Yeah.
And so you have to make sure that you're consistently working on your character so that when you get in these spaces that your talent and these doors open for you based upon your talent, the character that you have can allow you to be sustainable in those spaces. Because if you don't have character, then you get all of these resources, you get all of these ideas about what's possible, and you can make any one of your dreams come true where you just got crazy dreams.
Right.
I mean, as a billionaire, like if you think about it, if you're a billionaire and you can do whatever you want to do, the list of things you want to do start to change.
Right.
Because like what we want to do as, you know, maybe 1,000 now. Like what you want to do, you know, just
1,000
now. Now you're 100,000 now. What you want to do? Yeah. Now you're a millionaire. What you want to do? Now you're a billionaire.
And
what you want to do changes once you start getting up into that stuff because you can do anything.
Yeah,
and you feel like you can do anything. That's why I'm understanding. That's, you know what I mean. Like you have to have character. Because
you do have to. And like I said, I don't think he has. Him making when we watched Making the Band, when he made them walk across the bridge, like that's something like that's horrible. Like that wasn't nothing cool about.
It's demeaning, it's degrading.
Right. So but again,
it's really not talent. Yeah.
But I do hate
that's right.
That because he has did so much for the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
As
far as and making
and that's the whole thing when you start getting into like that conversation about art, the artist versus the person. Here's something that I think is important to lift up. I don't want to overlook. It is kind of heavy though.
Go ahead.
Speaking as a woman who has been raped, to not be believed is the reason our daughters probably won't speak up. By the way, there are men who were I think that's sexual assaulted too. And I agree with that. Like I you know, just dealt with some mental health counseling and took some courses. And one of the things that they said was that women and men, people who have been abused, one of the greatest traumas is usually the response of the first adult or person that you told. So you got the trauma of the incident. And then when you finally bring yourself to tell somebody, their response oftentimes can be more traumatizing than the incident itself. And that's to the point about, you know,
and that's
why people don't speak up. Yeah.
And that's what I'm not saying he's innocent or guilty, right? I want the information. And, you know, I'm sorry you experienced that. And, you know, everybody should have somebody that's a champion for them. But on the other side is we seen people, you know, say these things and they find out it's absolutely not true.
Yeah.
And lives have been ruined on either. It's so,
that's
this
true.
is the sad thing when you look at
that's
it.
That's true. Cause I know like partners and, you know, homeboys who were dating girls and the girls' parents came home and saw them, you know, doing what teenagers do. And the guys end up getting rape charges when it wasn't rape. You know what I'm saying?
Or the parents just got mad at them because they daughter and
they make them proceed. Like I've seen that kind of, so I get it.
And I've seen it on both ends.
It's so much in the culture that has to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? Because like the thing about not being believed, victim shaming and all of those things, it's like two things can be true at the same time.
Surely
like you can have victim shaming, you can have people not believing, and you can also have people who make false accusations and ruin people's lives. Like all of that stuff is a part of this issue that we're addressing, and it's not mutually exclusive. Like it don't have to be, oh well, to not believe a victim is to agree that this is, you know, an assault. Like, no.
I feel like every allegation needs to be investigated.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And see it. And
that's right.
And I'm also one of them people, if we find out you lied, you need to be prosecuted.
That's actually Quranic law, where if you accuse somebody of something and they're found not guilty, then the punishment that they would have gotten if they were guilty, you would get it.
And I think they should.
Yeah, that's called Sharia law.
I really should. I stand by that.
That's interesting. But yeah, no, I hear that, because I mean, it's just so, I mean, we live in America and we know equal justice is not a reality under the current system and setup of things.
And I just find it really funny as soon as, and again, I don't think he's a good person.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. I think that
I wouldn't say that because I don't know enough.
No, I'm
about
just saying that as far as his, and this is just my thoughts, right?
The views expressed. You got it right to that.
Qiana, right?
I just wouldn't say that. Yeah,
right. But I
because I'm very careful about how I decide who good people and bad people are, and I don't know enough about him as an individual to say that he's not a good person. That's just my way I show up in the world. but you've seen enough to be able to say,
and that's just me. But do I?
Wow.
But anyway,
it's a lot. I see it coming through.
You know,
Nisi got like she got it. She's putting it in here. The co-conspirators, who the lawyers are. Like it's a lot happening, man.
And then
he is some deep doo-doo.
He is. And you know, DeSantis has signed where, you know,
don't even say it. What did he do?
So you know, with Jeffrey Einstein, no, what's his name? Who killed himself? Epstein.
Yeah.
They're about to let his documents and everything be released.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they say Diddy's name is in it. So, you know, we'll see what happens as it plays out.
Right. Yeah, because it is still playing itself out. And so, man, y'all keep your eyes open, but just know that, you know, rule number one to a lot of these things is there's more to it than you think.
It is.
And so,
and be a good person.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? Think of your character, because I have been invited places that I have exited.
Well, I mean, you know me. You know how I respond to a lot of invitations. And I was thinking about that. I saw it, and you know what? It's also security and it's prevention, because like I'm comfortable where I am, and you know, you don't put yourself, like what you say, you don't put yourself in situations where, you know, those things can even be considered.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, he was there. You know what I mean? Like, if you wasn't there, then now it's like a totally different
You can't
thought. You can't even consider that as something that I was a part of.
If my final thoughts will be anything, if you're in a situation where you feel that you're not comfortable, it's okay to walk away. Yeah. You know what I mean? God opens doors for you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to walk through a door that's gonna harm or hurt you.
That's right. Yeah,
you know,
I would say that I'll just ride that wave too. You have to have lines that you absolutely will not cross.
Mm-hmm.
And once you into a space where you're being asked to cross a line that you agreed, you know, with yourself, your God, your ethics, your morals, or whatever, that you would not cross, then you have to be all right with not crossing that line.
Listen to your inner self.
Yeah.
If your inner self is
that's
telling you,
tough. I mean, sometimes you like the thing that you prayed for, the thing that you want, and it's like all you got to do is just cross that line to get it. But you said you never crossed that line. That's a trial for a lot of people.
That is, and people don't understand that you feel like this. But that could be your testimony. You know,
I bear witness.
And when you didn't do it, the doors opened and gave you more fruit than you ever imagined, because you stood fast on where you was at. So be the change you want to be yourself.
There's more that needs to be done and needs to be said.
Stay tuned.
This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Say it again.
Stay tuned for Sister Hugh.
She make you lose your shoes and shout all around the house. And she's up next, y'all. Again, this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother, John.
This is Qiana.
And we out. Y'all have a great Good Friday. Happy Easter. Believe and do good.